You must build the habit of acting even when the future is uncertain, even though you don't know what will happen as a result of that action. In this episode of the Unstoppable Woman podcast, we are going to be talking about breaking through. If you want to break through, go to the next level in your life, in your business, increase your revenue, increase your cash flow, really take whatever you're doing to the next level, whether it's, a fitness goal, a revenue goal, impact goal, you have to break through. You have to break through the level that you are at currently. And to do so, you must test your capacities. You must test your capability to see if you can. You must do the thing that is required to get to that next level before you have already done it. You're going to have to test yourself. Are you capable of working at that level? Let's say it's a fitness goal and you want to finish a marathon, you want to run 10 miles, you want to lift a certain amount of weight. You're going to have to test yourself and see if you can get there. This requires doing the small actions that lead to that bigger goal and seeing if you're capable, stretching yourself along those lines, along the lines that are required to get to the goal that you want, not along different lines. This is a mistake that many people make, and it's confounding. You say you want to, let's say, make more revenue. You want to build a business, but the thing that you're working at is over here in left field. It's not related to the revenue generating aspect of your business. You're testing your capabilities, or you're building your capabilities, or you're working in a totally different arena. And most people do that because they are afraid to test their capabilities, to actually try to do the thing. So if you want to grow, become more, have more in relation to what you currently have, in relation to your goal, you must do the hard things in that arena, not in a different arena. Okay. So you probably have capabilities in one area of your life, and those are more or less fairly easy for you. You feel fairly confident and comfortable there. But those are not necessarily the places that are going to move the needle for you in your life or your business in relation to the goals that you wish to achieve. If it was, you would already be achieving those goals. Get how it works? It makes sense when you break it down like that. And yet people go into confusion around this. And inherent to this dilemma is that you're not certain that you can. You don't know in advance that you are able to do the thing that you said you want to do. In fact, you've probably broken the trust with yourself many times over in the past, and you have diminished your belief in yourself. You've diminished your confidence in yourself, your trust in yourself, and you're not certain that you can do it. And you fear disappointing yourself. This is a pain. We move away from pain generally. We move towards pleasure. And yet all the things that are necessary to achieve that big goal that you have, that you know that you want, that would mark a significant, meaningful impact in your life, that would represent you getting to the next level, that would represent you feeling worthy of something more in your life, deserving. It would mean something. You would be modeling something to your kids. You would be modeling something to yourself. All of those things require you to move towards the pain, not away from it. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be painful forever, but let's take working out as an example. If you want to build muscle, you have to break down that muscle initially. You have to move past your pain tolerance just one more rep in order to build that muscle. It's the same thing in business. You're going to have to do one more rep in business. You're going to have to do the hard things in business, and you won't know that you're capable of doing it until you do it. And if you let the fear of disappointment stop you, i.e. moving away from the pain, not wanting to experience the pain, you are always going to be playing at the same level. So you have to use your intellect to communicate to yourself that you must move towards the resistance, move towards the pain, move towards the hard thing, do the thing you've never done before, experience potential pain and probably actually real pain. I'm not going to kid you. You might have an epic fail. You probably will the first time out of the gate. You might crash and burn. Hopefully not that much, but there will be little challenges, little mini failures, mini disappointments, mistakes that you made. It might not be as dramatic as crashing and failing. It might be a minor tripping up or a minor mistake, but you must risk that, and you don't know how intense that's going to be. And your subconscious programming, your subconscious mind, it wants to keep you alive, and it's very binary, it's very black and white, and it's going to say to you, not directly, not in these words, but the result is this: I don't want you to die. I want to keep you alive, which is great, right? We love that. Don't do the hard thing. You might die. It might be too painful. The shame of the failure might be too painful. You might die. That's the belief system in your subconscious that is trying to keep you alive. It's saying anything new that you might do that you have not done yet might not be survivable, might not live. Very binary, very black and white about this. Therefore, I'm not going to let you do it. I'm going to cause you all sorts of distraction and give you excellent alibis and reasons why you shouldn't do the thing that is challenging. But you'll never know if you're capable unless you try. And quite frankly, it's not just trying once, it's trying again and again and again. It's persistence. Edison made 1,000 attempts at the electric light bulb until he was able to create it. Any sports figure who's reached the highest levels of their sport will tell you that they have tried and tried and tried and tried. There have been epic failures along the way. They've had to pick themselves up. They have not always won, but they've been persistent. So it's not just one action, it's a series of actions. You don't just try to do the Facebook Live once or the podcast once or the newsletter once or the direct mail campaign once or whatever you're doing in your business. You don't just try it once and then say, that didn't work. I quit. That was a disappointment. No, you must be persistent at it. And that is how you better your best. That's how you up your game. That's how you get to the next level. And it may require more effort than you thought. It might require less effort than you thought. Sometimes our minds play tricks on us and say, that's going to be too hard. I might as well not try. Can't go there. It might be less effort than you actually thought. Okay, you won't know until you start. And it may take longer than you actually thought. Or it may happen quicker than you actually thought. You won't know until you go forward, until you act. You must take that next step. And it might take a number of attempts to master it before it becomes easy or easier and second nature to you. You must build the habit of acting even when the future is uncertain, even though you don't know what will happen as a result of that action. You must build that habit, and that does become easier over time. The thing that you're doing now that is challenging will ultimately become easy to you. How quickly that happens depends on how persistent you are, how committed you are to it, and how quickly you get right back up and do it again and say, oh, what were the lessons that I learned? Instead of guilt and shame and hiding in your hidey hole, not wanting to let anyone see you, how quickly do you get back up and do the thing again? You miss that shot, how quickly do you take the next shot? How quickly do you take the next shot? The law of averages says that you'll win more the more times that you lose. Now, that's a hard one to understand, but you're going to have to knock on a lot of doors before you get one yes. So the more doors you knock on, the more no's that you get, the more yeses that you get. And then you'll actually start getting better and you'll improve your average. But you have to be willing to get quite a lot of no's. You have to be willing to make quite a lot of mistakes before you get that yes, before you succeed at the next level. Now, this is challenging for those who want instant gratification. Ask me how I know. I'm classic instant gratification girl. And wouldn't we all like instant gratification? Wouldn't we all like to be perfect right out of the gate? And yet, the truth is that your sense of self, your sense of worthiness and deservingness come through actually having to learn, having to grow, having to become more in the process of doing the thing. If everything was perfectly easy for you, it wouldn't feel satisfying, like you actually did something here, became more, grew yourself. So it might take a little bit of time for you to master it. And you want to know that you're going to win, before you start. But the rub is that you won't know until you do it. Okay? It's a bit of a chicken and egg thing. You have to do the thing to know that you can do the thing. You must believe in yourself enough to start. You must believe in yourself enough to start. And one of the ways to build belief in yourself is to have role models and clear structures, seeing how someone else has done it and not doing it exactly as they've done it, but seeing yourself in their story and therefore saying, if they can do it, I can do it. That was certainly one technique I used to make my own quantum leap. When I was going for $1 million, right? Many of you have heard this story. I went from making $138 a year to making $700K a year. I was going for $1 million. I didn't make it that first year. Okay? I was disappointed, but then I was very pleased as well. But one of the things I used was like, if they can do it, I can do it. If they could make $1 million in a year, I can do it. Now, I didn't, not that year, okay? I'm very transparent about that. I didn't. That was disappointing. But it would have been much more disappointing if I hadn't have tried, if I hadn't have started, if I hadn't made the decision, if I hadn't chosen to believe that it was possible for myself. And this is the same when you're going for more in any arena. Let's say you're looking at a job description and you're looking at it and you're saying, I've done 70% of the things on that job description, but I haven't done 30%. Who am I to go for that job? I've not done that yet. How can I do that? You have to make that leap of faith and say, I believe in myself. I believe that I will step up given the opportunity. Now, many people have a track record of stepping up. When the going gets tough, when they're faced with a problem, when they're faced with a challenge, they figure it out. And if you've done it in one arena, you can do it in another arena. That's a transferable skill. Now, what about if you have broken that trust with yourself in the past and you haven't really stepped up? Or here's one that I hear many times with people who have consults with me, and they say, I hired this other coach and it wasn't the right fit for me for whatever reason, and I didn't do the work for whatever reason. And now they won't step forward and get the help that they need now because they've broken the trust with themselves. Or I won't commit to a workout goal or a fitness goal because I've broken the trust with myself so many times in the past. I don't want to commit again. Or I've set goals in the past and I haven't met them, so I don't want to set goals anymore. That's not how to fix the problem, guys. You don't not get help. You don't not set goals. That's a way of self-sabotaging and keeping yourself small. And it's actually a reflection of shame that you feel. But you can step out of that shame if you step out of ignorance and you learn what it takes to actually set a goal, be committed, take the actions, build the new habits to execute. The way to break free and get to another level is not by saying, I'll DIY it, or by saying, I won't set any goals, because we know that we all need help and that it's faster if you work with someone who's been there and done it before and can break through your stories and help you and guide you. And it's faster if you set goals. If you don't have a goal, you don't have a GPS, you don't have a place to go. You'll go to your lowest set point. That doesn't work. People who set goals are 42% more likely than people who don't to achieve them. And then there's strategies beyond that improve that percentage higher and higher. It's one of the things that we do with our accountability program in the Spirit of Wealth Mastermind and Masterclass. We have a whole creation playbook and accountability program so that you are able to achieve your goals faster than you ever thought possible. Okay. So it's not about denying yourself. Okay. And all of this comes up. Let's say it's a new job. Let's say it's more visibility in your marketing or raising your prices. Who am I to raise my prices? I've never worked at that level before. And if you're in business for yourself, you know that one way to make more money in business is by raising your prices. But your mind will come up with a story that says, who am I to do that? I've never done it before. That's chicken and egg. You must break through that. It doesn't work to stay in that loop. It's a way of playing small and staying stuck. Same thing with offering something new in your business, right? There's 3 ways to make more money in your business. Raise your prices, sell more of what you already sell, or add a new channel of income to your business. If you're adding a new business offering, you've never done that before. How do you know if it's going to work? How do you know if the marketplace is going to like it? How do you know if you'll be able to execute on it? Well, you have to do it. There's all sorts of ways to get clarity on it and do your best before you launch it on making sure that do your best to make sure that it launches well, right? And yet you do not have certainty that it will fly, and you must act anyway. You must act anyway. There's no in business, you have to be willing to step forward into that level of uncertainty and take that risk. So anything new that you're doing in your life or your business, is this. And if you're playing at the same level or making incremental progress, feel a little bit like you're trapped, a little bit like you're stuck, or a lot, you are experiencing a lack of tolerance for uncertainty and risk. And going back to this idea of who am I to do that. And if you answer this by saying, I haven't done it yet, therefore it's not me, you will always stay stuck. Do you see that trap? If you stay in that trap, you are lost. You must break free. And you get the energy to do the thing by doing the thing. That is what Emerson said. He said, do the thing and you shall have the power. That's the actual quote. Do the thing and you shall have the power. You actually get the energy, the power to execute by doing the thing. Whatever it is that you are going after. You get the confidence by doing the thing. I just added to that saying. You get the confidence, you get the belief, you get the trust, you get the self-worth by doing the thing. And you get compensated more by doing more. The law of compensation says that you have to become a bigger container for you to be able to receive more. And this requires that you do more. Now, part of that is doing the thing that's hard that you're resisting doing. The conversation, the decision, the expenditure of money, the expenditure of time, the new launch, doing it faster. All of those are ways of doing things at a higher level. And you have to grow yourself and become more to receive more. That's the law of compensation. Now, some people misinterpret that and say, oh my God, that's going to be so hard. I'm overworked already. I'm overwhelmed now. I don't have the time to do more. That's not what we're talking about. Sometimes it requires putting in the time. Yes, I will admit that. I will give you that. But it's not just trading more time for dollars. You become more by giving more value, giving more inspiration, giving more help, giving more ideas, giving more benefit, solving someone's problem faster, bringing something amazing into their life. And you need to grow your self-worth along the way and recognize that what you're giving is worth something. That's a way to build your self-worth. And as you get better at whatever lane you're in, whatever you do for a living, whatever gift you have, as you get better at that, you will be worth more. You will be worth more, and therefore you will be compensated at a higher level. But again, it's a chicken and egg thing. If you never start, you'll never get better. You have to start. And you have to grow your capacity to receive more. So you break the chicken and egg scenario by believing in yourself, the world, and others. Okay? If you believe the world is against you, it's kind of scary to go out there on a limb and do something new. But if you believe the world is for you, and that even if it doesn't work the first time, it's for you, then you'll take that action. You won't be so afraid. You won't be living in scarcity and fear. You break the chicken and egg scenario by trusting yourself. And you build trust by building your capabilities. So again, you have to act. What's the smallest thing that you could do now? Reduce it to the ridiculous. What's the smallest thing that you could do now? One sit-up? Okay, do one sit-up. And then tomorrow, one more rep. So tomorrow you do 2 sit-ups. In 100 days, you're doing 100 sit-ups. Building it one at a time. Same thing in business. If you're scared of sales calls, do 1 outreach a day. Then the next day, do 2. Then the next day, do 3. And pretty soon, it won't be as terrifying. And you can do that with everything. But you have to start. You have to start. Okay? You have to do the thing. Okay? That's the way to break through. That's the way to break the chicken and egg scenario. You have to do the thing. And another really helpful thing is to rely on law, meaning rely on universal law. Because when you understand the laws of the universe and how it works, then you can go forward and do something that you are nervous about or uncertain about within the context of the law, because you understand the law. And so then you know, okay, it's okay to let go of this because I'm going to be making room for something more. That's the law of sacrifice. It's okay to let go of this toxic client, or it's okay to leave this toxic job that I'm in because I'm making room for something more. But then you have to act. It doesn't happen by magic. Okay? And there are many more laws that you need to learn, but this is part of it. And one of the things that really is very chicken and eggy in life is how people spend money and understand money. They will say, I need the money to go do this, but I need to go do this to get the money. So what would be an example of that? I need to hire this person in order to free up my time so that I can make more money over here. But I need the money to hire the person, chicken and egg. You need to hire the person, okay? Whether that's a copywriter, whether that's a salesperson, whether that's a house cleaner, whether that's a coach. People say this all the time to me. I know that I need to hire you, but I need to make the money first. When in fact, they need to hire me in order to know how to make the money first. Okay? This becomes a real chicken and egg thing. So you got to go do the thing, whatever the thing is. And you have to see yourself as worthy of the time and effort and experience and investment in whatever you're doing. You must see yourself as worthy of failing. Napoleon Hill has a concept in Think and Grow Rich. You must have a burning desire. And, one of the ways I talk about this is to say you must have a goal that's worth failing for. You must see yourself as worth failing for as well. Because your goal is yourself. Your goal, whatever you're going for, whether it's a revenue goal, whether it's a fitness goal, whether it's a relationship goal, whatever it is, it's for you. You must be worth failing for. And that is a self-worth issue. And that is a self-image issue and an identity issue. And you have to clean that up. It has to be something that is so important to you that you're worth going for it. You're going to clean it up. You're going to break through. Hey there, my friend. Do you resonate with what you just heard? Then head over to our free resource page and get more of our good stuff, including our free Unstoppable Woman Playbook and Money Breakthrough System. You'll find that and more at theunstoppablewoman.com/free stuff. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.